Podcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome, Scribblers. This is Kevin. Welcome Tuesday. It is September 6th, 2022. Welcome, welcome. Glad to be here. Finally back home, which is wonderful. Hello, hello, hello. I thank you guys. Oh, people are coming in. We'll keep it going here for a little bit. God, it's nice when you're back home and you got your original computer in front of you. I have to admit, when I'm on the road and I just have this little laptop, it's tough. It's tough to get the job done, but tonight we're going to have a good meeting. We're going to go over a few things. And I think what we really need to focus on with this upcoming year, of course, is, of course, we love the collaboration. We want you in there because I think it's a good learning process. But also, we need to motivate ourselves. We need to, drive ourselves for an income, for money. And sure, you can do this for, whatever you want it to be for. But of course, we're here to earn an extra income. And it is really nice when you can do a side hustle or this is your main business and you can do that and start earning some money. It's really not hard. I'm just, I got to admit, sometimes I'm really lazy on this because I should be doing it more often because it works so well. But I'm so busy with other things. I kind of see myself as not being real, the light bulb's not on as much as it should be because it really is an easier job and you get paid really well when you do this correctly. So we'll get more into that and kind of get focused on that as we go into the fall, because I think monetizing this is pretty much, it is for me, and I think for most of you, it is the highest percentage of what we really want to do and where we need to go. If it's a passion, great, but passion makes money too, makes a lot of money. So we'll get more into that as we go into the fall. But I love what we're all doing. Sqribble has been wonderful. I keep using it. I'm going to be using it more and more after this past week, and I'll get more into that here in just a little bit. Yes, do as I say, not as I do. True, true, true. Thank you, thank you. Okay, people are still coming aboard. We're going to give it a little bit more time, but welcome. We have some new people on, which is great. Like I said, this is Kevin for Sqribble, and we're going to be going through a lot as you guys are coming in, and we're going to help you train. And our focus is to show you kind of how the tools work, because the tools are probably your biggest reality in making this whole thing work with writing an ebook or a presentation, whatever you want to do. Sqribble's not just an ebook creator. And I know that's what it's focused to be, but it's not just that. It actually can do many, many different things. You can do workbooks, you can do presentations, you can do you can do manuals for different pieces of equipment, like what I've done. I work with big companies around the world, and I take pictures and I take videos and all silly, mundane stuff. But guess what? It makes me money. So, I enjoy that. It's dull as crap sometimes, some of the stuff that I'm doing, but I'll show you what I'm doing and how it makes money. And I've made thousands and thousands, and people that have been on the call for the last couple of months have seen me stair step through. Some of you been here before I was, and I just kind of jumped into the mix with a deal and Sqribble and everything else, and it's been a lot of fun. I can't say enough. It's been great. Many, many people still coming in. I see my Norwegian friend there. I can't spell your name, but I love your name. And I know you're from Norway because you got the longest name in the group. So welcome, welcome from Norway. We got Edine here. We got Deborah. We got Stephen. We got Nancy, Teresa, and Tracy. I'm sorry I didn't see you in California. I was so busy. I know we were going to try to touch base, but I don't think I had a moment to breathe. But I'm glad you're here, Tracy. I know you're doing a lot with the group, so thank you. Thank you. William, welcome. Deborah, Beth, thank you for coming aboard. Don, John, thank you. Stephen, you're back. So many more. If I don't say your name, I'm sorry, but a lot of people are coming in, which is great, great, great. So people are still coming in. Let me see what else we have here. People are asking questions. Yes, you're here. I see that. Okay. Get me involved. Okay. And yes. We are going to show you how it works. And you probably won't remember everything, of course. We're going to tell you, we're going to show you. And we're just going to get you going. We're going to get you involved in what we're doing here. And that's why we have what you see on the screen right now is our collaboration. We have a system for Sqribble that we're collaborating with you, the team. 25 people can be in this team. We're already writing the book. It's a ghost story. Adil is the main character within the story. Lynn is my right hand. She's in there helping everybody out. Of course, we got people like Tracy that's in there and a lot more other people helping us out. So we really do appreciate it. Like I said, it's a collaboration, which everybody is involved. So, and if you want to be part of that, we want you to go to and say, hey, I want to be part of the Sqribble book team. That's the email, sqribblebookteam@gmail.com. You want to be part of the collaboration for Sqribble. This is something we created within the group ourselves. This was not something from the company. This was just us thinking, and it's taken us a couple months to get here. It's a lot of work, and I must admit, Lynn is doing a heck of a lot of work setting this up and getting it all formatted with the different lessons that we have going forward. We're going to be doing videos on how to and all the different things that we're doing here. So it's really, really great. It is something else. Let me send you the email. Hang on a second. I'm just typing it up. And if you want to be part of the collaboration, it doesn't take anything. All you need to do is send an email, say, hey, I want to be part of the sqribblebookteam@gmail.com. And what we're going to do is you see the ghost story here. We're going to send you the information how to join. You're going to get your copy. You can see the different names of all the different people that have already submitted. It's really becoming a success. And I must say, I always keep mentioning Lynn. She does a lot of work. She's helped set up all this. So our hats are off to Lynn. Everybody give her a big fist pump because she has done a hell of a job. I must say that. But we have all this different books in here, how the Sqribble Writing Group works, how to create your ebook. Sqribble Writing Group's video training. We're going to be putting that together more and more. Like I said, it's a work in progress, and it's doing very, very well. So it's wonderful. Oh, and I see, Edine, you came back. I saw you came and went, but welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. Okay, I'm going to send this. Let's see if it goes to everybody. And I hope that went to everybody. I'm not sure if it did or not. It's sqribblebookteam@gmail.com. Sqribblebookteam@gmail.com is where everybody will send the new people. And I'm seeing a lot of new people here. So that is wonderful. Just hang in there. We're going to be showing you a lot. If you've never used a system like this before, we have a lot of videos, past videos, but we're going to do a lot of new ones because as the new people come in, we need to update you. And we know it's difficult sometimes to go back. The main agenda really is we want to show you the tools, because once you learn the functionality of these simple tools, you can continue on and things will get much faster. And it's my job to kind of help you spirit your way through this and become a writer. And I am not by any means the best writer in this group. I think everybody here is a better writer than me. I'm just here to help motivate you. I am very good at the software and the tools and things like that. And every single tool that you will use out there, it's a little different. No matter if it's kind of like the same thing, it's always a little different because the programmers that wrote this program and that program always have a different way of doing things. They all write their code a little different and their functionality and things like that. They're close, but they're not always the same. So even myself, I have to jump back in here after being away a couple weeks, and it takes me a little bit just to get the pathway going once again. So don't feel bad. Once we get going, you guys are going to be able to learn this very, very quickly for the new people. Okay, it is 6:09, so officially, this is Kevin for Sqribble. Welcome, welcome, and we're going to get started right now. Now, what I want to talk about real quick is, before we get into the collaboration software and some of the software here, is your motivation, my motivation. And I'm the first one to have to tell you that sometimes I should be pushing myself much faster than what I'm doing. Sure, we all get busy and we do things, and it's really kind of cool. It really is something that when a person sits down and they want to say, okay, I want to give 15 minutes. I want to give a half hour to this. Sometimes it's better just to set a timer and put it at 10 minutes and watch how much time 10 minutes can actually be. Like on your clock, everybody has a clock on their phone. Set a darn timer for 10 minutes and just see what you can get done in that time. Many times when you first start out, you won't get much done, but the second or third time you set that timer, you're going to get more and more and go forward. This past week, I have to tell you, that it really has been, a mind opening experience for me. I had a job in California, and whenever I go to these jobs, I always say, hey, okay, I need a couple people to help me out. They give me so much time to finish it, and they gave me 15 days, and I said, I can't be there for 15 days. I'm going to have to do it in 8. And they said, you can't do it in 8. I said, yeah, I can. I can double up on the days. So they pay me so much money per 8 hours. I said, okay, I'm going to work 16 hours or more. And they said, no, you won't do it. And I said, yeah, I will. I've done this before. So sure enough, I fly in on a Thursday, and the next Friday I flew out. So, and within that time, I had to have 3 or 4 of their people helping me, and I clocked in 112 hours with these people. I mean, we started at 8 in the morning, didn't finish till 12:30 on average, to 1 o'clock, 1:30 at night. It was insane, I know, but it really shows you what you can get done when you're motivated to do something. Sometimes you just have to put the end result out there and know that you have every day is important for what you're doing. So with your book, I have to tell you, after this past week, you could write a book in a day. If you put in 10 or 12 hours, I'm not asking you to do that. You can do it in a day. You certainly can. 2 days for sure. And when I made $2,700, 3 grand, 3,500, and I did that in the past and within this past year, which only really in the last, the last several months, a lot of it, I did this very quickly. I mean, the first one I think I did in 3 to 5 days, and I wasn't working full time. I made a few calls, I did it, and sure enough, the people, took my bid, so to speak, and it was easy. And I made, I made probably 4 grand within the first 30, 40 days. But though that was just being kind of half, half going. I wasn't really motivated to really go that much further. But I did it. Now, getting back to how you set your time and how you set your own motivation, that's for each one of you. But this past week, with what I did, I hadn't done this. I hadn't done something like this for a few years, where I put that much time within 1 week. But it did show me, when you really are on a roll, you need to just take it to the limit. And now this was very unusual too. When I got out there, and this is kind of a life experience that can help you with your book, I hope, and everything else. They had 3 people waiting for me. Only one person could work the long hours. The other 2 people left, after their 8-hour shift, whatever. But the one person stuck with me. Now, this person was somewhat young and literally a genius, amazed me. I mean, I've never seen anybody with such skills with no real licensing or anything like that, because what we do, engineers and all the engineering we must do and everything that has to be put together, very high tech. This person had none of that. And this person was so smart, it blew me out of the water. I mean, I thank God that this person was there. But what was really unusual, this person could do the job impeccably. But their personal life, and it wasn't my business, but I could see it, was a mess. And this person was totally out there to the point of no return. I mean, I really felt sorry for this person, but it wasn't my business. I flew in, I did my job, I had to fly out. There wasn't enough time to get personal because we were just working. But this person was just impeccable. So what I'm trying to get to here is, if you have a person like this that's a genius, that can be in the work world and blow everybody out of the water, even including me, with the experience that I have, and just pulls it out of a hat with not ever seeing this machine we were putting together and all this other stuff, it shows me that each one of us have this genius within us. And most of us, our lives are okay. We're not messes. We are, so we're okay, and our business work is okay, and everything's great. But this one person had one side that was brilliant, and the other side was a mess. So by us being kind of in the middle, hopefully we can continue more straightforward and push forward for years to come, months to come, and really balance yourself. And that's the one thing that I see with some people, and it was really unique. There was no balance. It was, do it, and then all of a sudden, this person would just fold up and couldn't really do anything after. It was difficult enough. I had to be there to make this person kind of come here and drive this person to do this, amazing work with me. But it showed me that when you have somebody around you that can help you out mentally, um, and really kind of help push you without pushing you, you can get things done. So what I'm trying to say to you, on some of these books that I've written in the past, I was doing them on my own, but I put down the hours. I would put, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours the first day. And then the next day I said, heck with this. I'm just going to roll it out. And I would work until I was finished. You really don't work that hard with doing an ebook or the presentation. The hardest point is you think too much. And when you think too much, it takes you longer usually to do something because you're thinking too hard. I know that sounds crazy, but it's very, very true. So when you're working and you're going on the ebook here, there's an idea here that I'm going to start walking with here. Don't always think you have to start at the beginning and then go to the middle and go to the end. Once again, I'm going to go back to the story this last week when I had to put together this machine. First of all, the company said, hey, we're going to pay you so much a day. And I said, no, you're going to pay me so much for every 8 hours because I'm going to double it up and do it. And they go, no. I said, no, that's the way I'm going to do it or I'm not going to come. Sure enough, they said, yes. So what you guys really need to focus on here is your time management and where you're going to start. Time management and where you're going to start with your ebook. Now, with what I did this last week was very unusual. Usually when I do these projects, and it's just like an ebook, I start at the beginning and then I finish whatever I'm doing, because engineering, we get a machine, we start at the beginning, we finish it at the end, and blah, blah, blah. I started in the middle on this certain thing that I was doing in California. I started in the middle, which I haven't really done much of that before. And then I had to go to the right, I had to go to the left and finish it. But the first day or two was starting in the middle because that was the focus of this entire machine. So you could start your book or your presentation somewhat in the middle. If you want to look at something like a book and you have a storyline, because we always tell you to outline, and your outline can be, my family and I went down to the beach. We parked our vehicle in the sand and we set up our tents and we put our beach umbrellas up and blah, blah, blah. That can be your first outline. Now from there, you can step into the middle a little bit, like it was nighttime and we had the campfire going and we were roasting marshmallows, whatever. But it really is a focus when you're writing. Have your outlines kind of set up. And an outline can be a sentence. Like when you go to the ebook creator here, it's a chapter. Like it shows you can have 5 chapters, 6, whatever. You can have as many chapters as you want. Write anything you want on chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you can, if you want, start at chapter 1, then go to 2. And that's how a lot of us normally do it. But if you really need to, and after seeing this past week, you could start at chapter 6 because it's the exciting time. It's the middle of the book and you really want to hook the people and you want the story to be really something else. So, you can start in any direction that you really need to do it. And people are different. We're all different. And a lot of us within this, what I've seen, we have a lot of different people here. We have people like myself that does training manuals for companies from China to the United States for their equipment. That's just something, a niche that I have because I know all this equipment and I write these boring books for them and I show them the equipment and the machines. But guess what? It makes some good money. We have other people that are teachers that are writing books on their classrooms or their students or curriculum that what they need going forward. And you know who I'm talking about here. I know you do because she's on the line right now. And it's really important that you focus on something that you're passionate about. You don't have to. And you don't have to be super passionate, but if you have knowledge of it, even if you hate your job, but you're good at it, why not? I mean, if you're a mechanic and you know something certain about a certain car or motorcycle, whatever, you could write a book, a pamphlet or whatever with this software Sqribble, similar to what I did. All I did was do a 10-page book with a lot of pictures and some information about, like I said, it was boring as heck, about information about this machine. And that made me, $2,800. And by the time I got my money, I think it was around $2,700. And I did that in less than 4 days, I think it was, from start to finish. And that was, I think, one of the first books that I wrote with Sqribble. I bought Sqribble knowing something hit me. I saw it and I thought, man, I can do something with this. And sure enough, I did. So what you guys really need to focus on is what you do, where you're going with it, and run with it. And I must say, if you're taking weeks and weeks to do something, it's only because you're like me and you're doing so much other stuff that you sometimes don't focus hard enough on what we should be doing. I'm going to get back into this weekend because the job I just did, I took videos, I took pictures. Now I'm going to wrap it up and I'm going to make a book out of it, and I'm going to charge this company a couple grand. I know I'm going to be able to do it. I know it's going to be a success, and it was set up perfectly for it. Now, like I said, if you just work a regular job or you work for somebody or you work for yourself and you're doing different things, take some pictures, just document what you're doing, even some videos and things like that. And it's easy nowadays, it's easy with software. You can put a piece of this video right next to the next video and the next video. You can cut it up and put it together. It'll still look really, really good. You don't have to be perfect with your videos. We're not producers. We're not Hollywood. But when you throw it into a video like YouTube, it's easy. And we're going to be showing you that. Everybody should have a YouTube channel. It's free. And this is one of the things I train you guys on when you're doing a ebook or a manual or something for a company, a school, or a person that you know and you want, or like a restaurant, whatever. You're doing a project for someone, get them a free Gmail and get them a free YouTube account, and they will love you. It'll be part of the deal when you do this. It'll take literally nothing to do. It's all free, and it helps you sell your book or your whatever project you want to call it. So Sqribble is not just an ebook creator, in my opinion. It is a training manual. And look right here what we did with the Ghost Agenda. This is the book that we're all sharing, the collaboration. But look what we did. It's not just a book on that. It's how the Sqribble writing group works. This is another manual and a book that you could write for somebody and make money on. That's what I did. I had a how-to book. How to create your ebook. That's another little thing that we have in here. Digital marketing blueprint. This all came about because of the collaboration. We didn't know we were going to write about this. It just came about because we were focused on the collaboration, and this all came into view because of where we were going with it. And what we understood was people needed a pathway. They needed the paint by numbers, so to speak. We all do. Because a lot of times you'll get lost, like, where do I start? Where do I end? So, the sign up sheet we had here, the ebook, Sqribble Write, the members list, a step-by-step tutorial on submission requirements. I mean, this little project is turning into a great setup for completely writing a book. And what we do is, if you're brand new, and we know there's a lot of brand new people here, we're asking you to take a page and write a paragraph, write a sentence. That's all we're asking. We're not really pushy, but we ask you to get involved. And it's no big deal. If you're the shyest person, or you're the most, get out there and do it, baby, kind of person, we want all of you. We truly do. And a lot of you are writing some great, great content. I mean, really beautiful. We're up to so many pages right now. I even have to ask Lynn how many pages, we're on here. Now I'm getting a question. And welcome, Dublin. It's late evening. Welcome, Yvonne. Pleasure. Love having you here, sweetie. Love it. Okay, question. How do we adjust the margins on one of the templates? We create a great ebook, but let me see. When we publish as a PDF, the bottom text scrambles into the footer. It looks fine when we create it, however. Now, Beth is asking that question. Beth, I have to dig in and see. Sometimes we're finding errors in the system, and sometimes it's could be the programmers, or it could be something within the system. And let me tell you why. We don't know this for sure, but we think this may be happening. We have so many people in the system here. And let me ask you this, Beth. Is this for your own book, or is this for the collaboration software? Because if you're in the collaboration software and if two people are in the system at the same time, we don't know if it affects it if they're hitting the save button at the same time. And I just got word we're 115 pages in on the collaboration software. So thank you, Lynn. Lynn is our main person that runs the collaboration software. She says now this whole thing is 115 pages. Amazing. Simply amazing. I mean, it is working. I've done training for many, many years for, up to 20 years myself, and I am no better than anybody that's in this group. All you got to do is throw something against the wall like we did here. Not I, we did. We all were part of this. Every single person that's in this was part of this. We threw it against the wall and look where it's going. It created itself. It really did create itself. So it truly, truly is amazing. Okay, Beth is saying it's her own book. Okay, Beth, I'll check this out. If you can, Beth, send this to sqribblebookteam@gmail.com and put that question. You can put it toward Kevin. Attention, Kevin, if you could. And I will get to it and find out exactly. Just put this question into the Gmail, and then I'll get back to it and find out why, the margin. I'll show you how to do the margins. But when you publish as a PDF, the bottom text scrambles. I got to find out why, and I'll try to duplicate what you're doing in the book if I can, if that makes sense, Beth. Usually I have to go in there and try it out myself. You bet. Thank you for the question. Great question. Really, really. And yes, Lynn does rock. People are now saying Lynn rocks, and she does rock because look what she has done. She has really put a lot of this together. Now I come in every so often and, and I'll say, okay, I'll do a video or two and do that. But Lynn is actually doing a lot of this how to create the ebook and things like that. And once again, my hat's off to her. She does such a great job. So getting back, when you're in the system here, remember the number one thing you want to learn is how to do the editing within the book. Now, I'm going to find me. Let me see if I can find me, because I can mess up my book all day long because everybody else is doing such a great job. And I'll hit edit. And then I'm going to wait a few seconds or minutes, or depending on how fast it is with it's usually really fast. It's usually my connection that's a little bit slow. But once again, I do want to kind of reiterate on how you guys need to kind of focus on working the ebook. I'm the worst. I got to admit, I should be doing this full time because I could make a full-time income. I know I can. I know I could. But I'm just doing all these other jobs and projects that I do because I've been doing them for a long time. But I'm really going to start focusing because I'm going to do this. I'm going to start this other book, presentation book this next weekend from the past job that I did. So I'm going to get double paid. That's my goal, is to get paid again for something that I just did. But whatever job that you do, and listen, anybody who's on here who wants to tell me what work they do, no one else can see it. Let me know, and I can kind of give you some sort of idea on what to do. On niches, I'm pretty good on finding niches for whatever criteria of a business that you're in. If you want to, that it doesn't matter. No one else can see it, but it's just an idea. So with all of you, we got people from all around the world here, and it truly is amazing. So whatever book that you're writing, be it with yourself or you want to be part of the collaboration, or you do both, which is wonderful, because the collaboration is cool because we're all teaming together and we're all writing together, and you get a copy of the full book. And then you can see what other people are doing too. So we're all learning little, paths from each other. And let me tell you, when you go in there and you see some of the writing, it blows me away. People are such good writers. They're showing me so much of what's going on in the system. Now, my book is not 100 and some pages because I haven't been in here for a while, but it's looking pretty darn good. So just to give you an idea, if you're brand new in the system, you guys can see this right now. You guys can see that this is a collaboration. It's a ghost book, and it's based out of New Orleans. And we're letting you pick out what pages you want to be. The characters, we're kind of giving you an idea on characters that you can choose from and go forward. And you can start with, 1 page, 2 pages. We have a format of the different structures of some of the different colors. We want to stick with the same color. We kind of lay out the page for you. You go in there and rewrite your content. We have different angles here that we're trying to present forward. So you guys can see kind of what we're doing here. It's pretty cool, actually. Pictures, images. You're going to learn how to upload the images if you don't know how to do that within the system. Basically, these systems are high-end editors, meaning that you can upload content easily. You can change the colors. You can change the font size. You can add videos. You can make this, of course, a PDF. We can flip this into a flip book. It's a little bit different within the Sqribble system, but we can show you that. You can make videos from your PDF, throw them on YouTube, start getting traffic, and doing so many different things. So if you're a pro online and you're writing a book on how to email market or whatever, this is a system you could create a lot of content, a lot of videos from, just from twisting it up a little bit. And you may think, how am I going to twist it up? How am I going to do it? We've done it. We've done videos on it, and we're going to show you how to do a lot of this stuff. It's really not hard. But I do want to show you guys something that you guys are, the people that are brand new here. Let me see. God, we got a lot more people coming in minute by minute. Even though you're late, welcome to the team here. I've seen a lot more people just come in the last few minutes. Yes, I see. Okay. We have somebody on who's just said they are, into holistic and things like that. Now, holistic is great. Holistic is, natural therapies, things like that, if I'm correct here. What a great niche. It can go on and on. You can be holistic with so many different things, with your foods, with your nutrition, with your pets, with people that you love. And, there's so much. And this is one of our people's niches. And I think it's great. So the holistic one is forever. It's nutrition. It's eating the right things. It's breathing the right air. It's basically exercising, something I need to do more of, as a matter of fact, but it's a great niche. Now, what I would do is something like this if it was me. I would do something like on the holistic. I would start talking just right off the top of my head. I'd talk about myself and what I need to do to be in better health. I would say, oh, I need to take off a few pounds. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I have to tell you something, everybody. I had, I'm very good at how can I say it? I know what plants need to be healthy. Now, if you have plants outside and you let the water run on them and all that, most of the time everything will do well. But if you feed a plant really heavy duty, good nutrition, whatever it is, the little, all the different stuff that you do, the plants thrive, they turn green, they grow, they're fast. We're the same way. So if you guys are not eating correctly or you're eating bad stuff, do you think that's going to help your body? Because when you look at plants and you feed them this high-end nutrition that costs $40 for a half gallon or whatever else, but they grow 3 times as fast, it can happen to us. We won't grow 3 times as fast, but you will be healthier. So with the holistic realm, what I would do is talk about that. Talk about how, give an example. Like if you feed plants healthy, you'll see a huge difference. And show pictures. Show a picture of a plant that has nothing and show the same plant with nutrition after 2 or 3 weeks. It'll blow you out of the water. The other one will be 2 or 3 feet higher, green leaves, everything's peachy. I've done this before and I've experimented because some of the horticultural things that I've done, I've had plants in little pots grow 7, 8 feet tall just by feeding them correctly. So you want to, if you're doing a holistic book, do the comparisons of the pictures of the plants and then realize it over to people and humans and, not getting cancers and diseases. It's true. It is so true that if you're not, feeding your body healthy, you're going to hurt yourself. Fast food is the biggest culprit. If you're eating fast food every day, I can guarantee you're overweight and you're not healthy. There's no nutrition in that. So it's common sense. It truly is common sense. So the person, I won't mention your name, that mentioned holistic, that's what I would do. I would start out with comparing plants to humans, feeding each one nutrition and feeding the other one nutrition. And if you're doing this and you're doing that, it's common practice that if you ate fast food, there's no real nutrition in it. There's no vitamins. There's so much stuff that's in it that's crap. It's going to kill you, basically. And so that's just one of the niches I would run with. And that's a good one. Anybody could write about holistic and health and things like that, but write it in your own mindset and twist it up. I always tell everybody that's on the calls, you have to be different. You have to be different. You can't write in a mundane, crazy place. I always say that when you're writing something, there's a hook, and your hook is pictures, really vivid pictures and content that will, pierce the brain. and so many people write just so mundane and so, this and that. You really have to get to a person's soul. So if you're writing something with holistic, you have to write something deep and say, this plant lives, this body dies. People are probably going to look at that when you're writing that and go, wow, and have a picture of a thriving plant and have a picture of a fat old man that doesn't look healthy. That will gravitate to people and that'll pull them in. Why do I know this? Because I do a heck of a lot of retail sales online. I've sold tens of thousands of different products online, and I've learned a lot in the years. Your description, your titles, whatever you're doing, you have to hook them with the pictures and the vivid descriptions when you're trying to sell something. I've told this to a lot of people before. A lot of our products, we name them. We don't just say blue vase. We don't just say blue table or green hat. We name that. We name it. We'll name it something like Bahama green hat or, Florida blue. We'll do something crazy like that. And guess what? Our sales are skyrocketing since we did this. We started this several years back on some of our products, and we name the products, and we're very careful. And some of the names don't work, but nowadays most of them are working. So when we are selling something, and if you're selling an ebook, put that vividness within it. Don't just say, if you're trying to just, do a description of the sunset, twist it up. Say it was like ruby red, or it was a beautiful sapphire blue. Just throw something in there so it'll help people understand what you're doing. And I say this with all honesty, I've seen what good content can do. I have hired actually people to help me write content in the early days, and when they helped me, oh boy, my sales tripled and quadrupled because they knew what to say, when to say it. And then I took their format, copied it, and use it still today with some of the people that I paid from the past, and put the different products or different things that I'm doing. Even books, I'll take that same content, but rework the words and rework some of the flow. But it was done from somebody that I paid from the past, and I have used it probably 100 times and just reworded what they said into a different line of products or books that I've written. So it does work. People do have a gift, the people that know how to write and really know how to do the hooks and everything else. It's very, very important that you guys utilize the different methods. Now, if you're brand new here, I do want to show you this real quick. Within the system, you click on this and you see the editor. This is the advanced editor. It's the yellow one. If you click on in here, like on the white text, you're going to get the Wysiwyg. This is the basic editor that's been around for 20 plus years. And this one's really cool. You can change the color, you can change the background, you can center it, you can put an underline, you can italicize it, you can bold it. So if I went here, and you just have to left click, you have to highlight it, hit bold. Okay, now I just unbolded it. I put bold back. Let's unbold it just so you can see it. And you see I did that. And then I highlight back, I do that. But then I want to italicize, you can do that. I want to change this to red. I can do that. So you see the power of just the little, and this is the power of the little Wysiwyg. Now this one's cool. You can actually put a link in here. So if I put in here, highlighted this, and I hit the link, I would put in HTTPS. I just PS colon / www kevin.com, just as an example. Now, sure enough, text to display, I can just leave that target none. That's fine. It automatically changes the color. But now when you go to it within the PDF, if they click on this, I might put a click here, right here. It'll go to kevin.com. There's no kevin.com, at least not mine. I'm just giving you an example. But it changes the color and it gives an underline under it. So that's kind of the cool little things you can do with the tools. And I know for some people, some of the people that are advanced, they go, oh boy, this is easy stuff. But for a lot of people, they've never done this before. So I do understand. Now, when you first click in here, you're not clicking on the text. Of course, you click on the text inside, you get the Wysiwyg. If you click outside, you get the advanced editor. And the advanced editor does so much more. It gives you over to the left, the advanced editor. Now you can do font size, width of the content here. Like this one says it's 625 width. The box here, if you want to change this to 700, it gives you a little more width here. The margins will be less as you do that. Height is 75 pixels. Everything's in pixels. That's 75 pixels by 625. So I'm just trying to give you the understanding here. Margin top, margin bottom. You can lower this. Oop, oop. So this is one way right in the editor. I think someone was asking about the margins tonight. So you can go in there, hit the yellow advanced editor, and you can just do the margin top right there and all that stuff. Arrange, I don't want to hit arrange reorder right now. Move to center. If you lose something and you can't drag it, you have a heck of a time dragging it, but you can see the window of the box. You'll hit move to center, and whatever's out of the plane here will move to the center and you can grab it again. But something like this, if I take this and I go over here, I lost it. I can't grab it again. So what I need to do, if I can do it, let me see, I can go there. I can go and put it back. Let me see. I'm even having a hard time with this one. Most of the time you can grab it and come back. So I got to come back. Oh, let me just see if I can get this one. So a lot of times you have to hit go to center to be able to do this and do whatever you can. Now, see, this one I might have just messed up here, but I'll get it back. I always do. And I'll see what I can do. You can put images in here by hitting the plus sign, everything else, and everything is great from there. Now, in this one, I have to see how I can get it back. And there is a way. There is always a way here, but I have to be able to see it again. I'm going to see if I can just exit. I'm not going to save. I'm going to say exit without save. So that way, it'll pop back in there, and everything that I did is actually there. So you guys kind of get the feeling of what I was doing there with the editor and everything else. Now, next week, I do want to focus more on the editing tools and things like that once again. But this week, we really need to get into this book just a little bit. We got some more time here. This is really important because we have so many people being part of it. Look at all the people. So if you guys want to be part of it, our ground rules are simple. We're not really like, you got to do this or you got to do that. It's simple. We just want a common base theme that if you come into the program and you don't work with it for a while, then you know we're going to ask you that, hey, someone else may want your spot within there. Are you okay with that? Blah, blah, blah. And everybody usually says, yeah, I just don't have enough time. I'm busy. I'm traveling. I'm with family, so on and so forth. We do have, I think, 5 or 6 positions left within here. So it's really important if you guys want to be part of this. Of the collaboration, it will help you out because what you're going to see is everybody else's pages within the pages that you're going to write. And don't ever think that your writing's terrible. Mine's terrible. So when I go in there, right, they'll probably go, oh man, that's Kevin. Look how terrible it is. That's Kevin's writing. But who cares? It's great. And no one has to know it's even you on a lot of this because the content we put in here, is page by page. We can put your name on it or we don't have to. And you can state that as we go forward. So it's not a big deal going forward. The writing group video training, we're going to go through a little step-by-step video training within the book. I've been waiting to do the videos because we're doing so many changes to it. I did some videos at first. I'm going to go back. I have to go back through and redo them all because Lynn has gone in there and done so much great work. And she's changed things up for the better. So I'm waiting a little bit longer, and then I'm going to go in here when I know a lot of items are solidified, so I don't have to change them again. You guys will love it. So how this, Sqribble book writing group works, I think this is real important. I think it's really important that you guys become part of it. So make sure that you guys get in there and do it. It's really, really important. So let me ask a question here. How many of you, is this a first time learning how to use an editor within a program like this? Everybody say yes or no, please. Just give me an idea. I want to kind of get a comparison on everybody, even if you've been here forever. Have you guys ever used an editor before? Okay, some have and some haven't. Okay, keep going. Tell me a little bit here as I drink my coffee here real quick. Oh man, we're about 50-50. So that shows me right off the bat, we're about 50-50. Many of you have used the editor before and many of you haven't. So this is good. So we really need to show you guys how the editors work. Just what I showed you. So I think next week, what I will do is I will step into the system. Again, I will pick a template from scratch and I will work that template as we go forward. And I'll show you guys how we're doing the pages. I may even pick a template out, show you how I pick a page, and then come back in here, make a new page. I'd be doing the same thing. And then I can write a little bit about the ghost story going forward right in front of you on what I would be doing. Even if it's terrible, at least I'm writing something and throwing it in there as part of the group. It's very important. And it's great that we're using Adil as the main character here, because Adil is a character, and why not write about him? It'll be great. So we're at 100 pages now. We'll probably be at 200 pages in no time. So we can use another 6 people if you guys want to be part of it. It would really be great by being part of this. And I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. Someone just asked, are you going to teach us? And you're doing a great job at showing us the different levels here. I do appreciate it. And yes, we are going to be showing you guys everything once again. We've gone through a lot of this system already, and we've done a lot of videos, but we always have to keep going back and starting over again, because we're getting so many new people coming into the program every day, which is wonderful. We do appreciate you guys. Now, you know, Adil has a lot of different programs out there. He has Sqribble. He has a new one called Presenter. Sqribble and Presenter go hand in hand. They truly do. They're great programs within themselves. They do a little bit different items, each one of them. So they are really good. If you have both Presenter and Sqribble, more power to you, because they are so powerful. I've written software myself. I had a team of programmers for many years, made a lot of money. We but today's programmers and today's software is, I keep saying this, is so much better, and the programmers are so much better. So what I see today was nothing like what we had yesterday. We have the drop and drag features, which is amazing in this. So your learning curve is, in my opinion, 1/10 of what we had to learn in the past. In the past, we had the little editors and we had to piece it together. We didn't have drop and drag. There were slots. There was little boxes here, left, there, and we had to drop things, pull up things in the box, and the box couldn't be changed up or anything. This system, we can put anything wherever we want. We can add content to the left, we can add a picture to the right, or we can add a picture to the left and content to the right. We can move things around, whole blocks, everything around, so it's much more beautiful than what we ever had in the past here. It is really something to behold. If any of you need to ask any questions or having a problem with the system, please let us know. You really do need to let us know. Yes, and I appreciate that, John. Someone was just saying they've seen editors that are good and editors that are bad, and that's very true. And if you spot an error in the system, let us know. Usually it's something in the system that's easy to fix. It's not usually the programmers. It's usually something that, if you're in the collaboration book, there could be 2 or 3 people in there at the same time. And just by some chance, if some people hit the save button at the same time, it could throw it off. So I have to blame us. We have so many people in the system. It doesn't happen very often. It's one of those things that's like when lightning strikes, but it does happen. It does happen once in a great while. Let me see if we have any other questions. And, oh, this is great. Okay, someone wrote a book on coffee. I like that, Deb. I really do. And nutrition and within the nervous system. See, now that's another great book. That is real. Coffee. Who doesn't like coffee? Maybe the people in the UK. I hear they like tea. But us Americans, us Yankees, we love the coffee. And it's so true. I think people nowadays people are really into health. I mean, 2 people right here. One's into nutrition here, and the other one's holistic, same thing, more or less. And I think it's really important that people are really becoming aware of their health and of nutrition that they have to do. I keep going back to the plants and the growing of the plants and stuff. I grew plants, like I said, 7, 8 feet tall in a little pot, only by feeding it nutrition just to see how high I could get it. And it was amazing. It was like a hydroponics unit, and it worked well. So I keep telling people, stay healthy, eat healthy, don't fast food it. Who can afford fast food anymore? It's like $20 for a burger when you walk in anymore. Okay, as we see some of this, look at some of this stuff. We have the cowboy boots and the cowboy hat, and we have the horse Now, this is stuff that's just been coming into the group here. People are doing a great job. A lot of the people are uploading their own pictures. So if you're new to this system, what you're going to do is I'm going to go to one of these like this one. I'm going to go here and I'm going to say image URL. Now this is for this image. So you're going to learn something here. This is how it works with programming. Every time you see a website out there, no matter what website you see, believe it or not, there is a link to it. We call it a URL, and this has a bunch of numbers. So when we upload a picture ourselves, it's going to look like something like this with a bunch of numbers. You guys will never know it. The system is so sophisticated that when you upload a picture, it's going to give a link automatically to that picture. And this is how programming works. Everything has to have a path to find it or to be live. So this is the main domain, Sqribble.net. Everything after that is just a bunch of verbiage. I call it blurbage because it's numbers and, at signs, weird stuff. So if we go here and you guys want to upload something, you see all the different pictures we have. This is from the group. This is from you guys. We got a broken down tire. We got all sorts of stuff in here. We got the coffee and we got this is New Orleans all the way. I forget what that is. Jesus, what am I thinking? I used to go to that place all the time. It's French. Anybody who knows, please tell me what that is because I feel like an idiot. It's there's a place in New Orleans you always go get these. Boy, oh boy, Kevin, you should know that. Anyway, look at all the cool pictures. And this is stuff that people are uploading. So when you get a picture, and we'll show you how to go get your pictures. There's a lot of free websites out there. We can get them. You would hit upload. Then all of a sudden the picture is going to show up here. When you upload, it's going to show up right here on the top left. And then you're going to come in 2 or 3 days later and it's going to move down because other people have uploaded. But whatever, these are people's pictures and they're great. So when you upload it, it's going to end up here. You're going to click on this and automatically, if you're in your page, it would put the picture here. So you're going to hit upload. You're going to wait a second. You're going to find your picture on your desktop. You're going to hit it. It's going to upload to the system. So what I was trying to show you here is everybody's pictures are in the image file selection for this team. So everybody's pictures are in one huge file media section here. So as you upload pictures, they're going to be with everybody else, which is really, really great. So just upload your pictures and go from there. So what I would do is if you become part of the collaboration team, this is the way I would start, is try to get 3, 4, 5 pictures, spooky pictures, because we're writing a ghost book. Anything that you want, then upload them. Upload those darn pictures within the media files here. And if you don't know how to do that, we're going to show you that. Next week, I'll really get into a stair step where I'll show you guys how to do images and content and use the editors once again. And we can go from there so you guys can get started quickly. But add your pictures. This is one of the best way to start. Then once you're in here, leave your pictures in here, get out of this, and then you'll have a blank page. Let's go down to the very bottom here. I'm going to show you something here. This is the thank you, and this is just author's page. This is just showing you guys how to do this. The contributions here and all that stuff. So one way to do it is here too. When we set you up, see, this shows you the gold block shapes. This shows you the fonts. This is at the very bottom of the page. This is the different blocks that we use, so on and so forth. Now this is the last page on mine right now, and this is really simple when you come in and start doing it. If you want to duplicate a page, all you do is hit clone. And guess what? If I hit clone, this is going to go all the way down it's going to go all the way down. You're going to be able to grab the page. And then here, you can move it up or move it down. So if I clone this page, and then I could put pictures in here, I'll make this completely different than this page. I'll add pictures, and I'll put a picture here and a content here, another picture. You can do anything quickly. Within minutes, you guys are going to be able to learn how to do this system. It's really not hard. So let me just clone it real quick, see where the page ends up at. Okay, let me see. Okay, George was stunned. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom. Let's see if it's down there. Nope, I didn't hit it enough. Or maybe it jumped in and I have to go up. Maybe I jumped to that page. George was stunned. Yeah, there it was. See, so I did do it. So this is now a a clone of the page above. So 95 is page 95. This is page 96. So the first thing I want to do, and I want to show you guys this, let's just say I want to take this and I want to take this out because this is a clone. And then I see this, and look how big it is. It's like 585 by 585. I want to make this 585 wide, but I want to make it only 75, or yeah, let's make it 80 pixels high. Now watch. See how that just, the block now got shorter? It's a little bit too little. So now I'm going to go 100 just to be safe. That's the height. Geez, it didn't. It's a little bit higher than that. So I'm going to go another 115, let's say. I'm just trying to get the block correct. And it's pretty easy. See, there I'm good. Now, if I want to here, I can do so much more. I can move this around. I can put this over here. I can add pictures to whatever I want to do here. Advanced settings. I can do so much as we're going here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one. Let's see what we got. Clone element. Now let's see if it cloned. There it is. I can pull this up here. And let's just say I really like this, but what I want to do is I want to make it a little bit shorter. I want to make it no, I don't want it 585. I want this 300 by 300. And watch how it changes the picture format. Okay, now this one's different. Now I can go up here, and then this one, I want to do the same thing. And the reason, the method to my madness here, you guys, is that I would put pictures in here left and right. I do a lot of that, the stair stepping. It's just an easy way to do things. So what I would do is let me just see what I got here. I'm going to go there. I'm going to scroll down here. Let me see. Okay, so now I'm right here. I can go here. Now I would put a picture here. And then I would keep the content here. This is just as an example. It's a little too high here. I know that it doesn't have to be, doesn't have to be 300. I could make this 250 probably, and it'd probably work. Yeah, there we go, 250. And I know that. So I could throw a picture in here. Now, if I want to duplicate it a little bit more, I could duplicate that. Let me see what else I can do with this. I'm going to show you a little trick here. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to take the content out. Let's see what we can do. And then I'm going to go to the editor, the main editor over to the left. You always hit the little tool, the little gear. That shows you kind of how to do things. And this is the move to center if you lose it, like the one I tried to do. So this is really cool stuff that you guys can do here. You can put, some more content in here if you wanted to. The sky's the limit with what you can do. Let me see what this one will do for me. Repeat, image, none. Let's see what we got here. Background. This is a background image. So if I wanted to put a background image on this page, let me see. No, I don't. Let me see if I can do that. So let me just see if I can put a background image. I'm going to put this fella right here in, and you can see that. So it repeats. It repeated everything here. So I'm just going to get rid of that. And let me see what I can do. You can see what I'm trying to do here. We can do so much more. I could put a picture in here. I could put more content here. Now, if you have a problem moving it too, you have to move the one above it because sometimes they'll get stuck behind each other. So then once you can grab the little tool, like this one, right? Let me see. This one's still a little messed up. Let me see. I'm going to move this one up. I'm going to move this one up. So you have to play with all your tools here as you go forward. So nothing's stuck. Oh, see this one? That's content that's missing. You guys see I had to highlight it. Now I'm going to backspace it out. That's what was blocking me. So now I just got rid of that. Now I can move it closer and everything else. A lot of times you have to kind of, like right there, you see I just left clicked and I found two more hidden things within it. I just backed that up. I'm all good. Let's see if I found anything. Oh yeah, there's some more right there. So some of it's hidden and you just have to find it, but it's not that hard. It's pretty easy as you go forward. Yes, a baguette from Cafe du Monde. Thank you, Michael. That's where I usually go. Okay. So you guys kind of see, next week I'll really get into the editing. I'll show you how to completely put pictures in and build the page and everything else. And if I could find that darn, I know I was trying to see what that roll in the coffee was, but is it a benet? Yeah, it's a benet, Cafe de Monde. And if anybody goes to the French Quarter in New Orleans, you have to go to Cafe de Monde. It's real close to the river in New Orleans, and it's wonderful. It's packed, but it's probably the best little roll you've ever had. And you order like 10 of them, and they throw powdered sugar on it and everything else. But thanks, Michael. I completely had a brain freeze there, and yes, Deborah, you got it before too. I see that. A bonnet, yes, you guys are way ahead of me. Yeah, I remember those days. Oh, wow. That is wonderful. And I see other people were stating different things for their books too. So we're getting a lot of input, and I really do appreciate everybody. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to exit without save, because I do not need to save this at all. This was just an example. Next week, I'm going to get into building a page. I'm going to do it from start to finish so I can show everybody once again how to do it. And I'll go into probably 2 different systems. I'll pick a template, pull it out, and then start working on a page. And then maybe I'll jump in here just to throw a page in so I can write part of the ghost story as we go forward. But I'm going to show you guys so much more next week. So with all of that, I think our time has ended tonight. There's never enough time. I think one of these days we need to do a good hour and a half. An hour and a half is pretty good. An hour is good, and I don't want to bore you guys. And I think it's real important that we really dig in on the editing part of it and the content. And, motivation, I just do that because it's just something that I think we all need to do. I'm one of the less motivated people at times, and I really need to dig in and do a little bit more. So when I'm with the group, you guys motivate me to motivate you. So anyway, everybody, thank you for all the input. I do appreciate you. We're going to see you next Tuesday, next week, and we will get started once again. So for all the new people, please, if you have something that you really want to discuss, sqribblebookteam@gmail.com. If you have an agenda or someplace you really want us to go, we want your input. So send away. If you guys are really stuck on something, or you have an idea like, hey, Kevin, you should start here and maybe build this or do that, or show us how to do a niche, find a niche, or whatever. Just give us ideas and send it on. So everybody, thank you very much, and we will see you all next week. So this is Kevin off for tonight, and everybody have a great week, and we'll talk to you Tuesday. Take care.